Oh, hello, Internet. It's me, Jed Whitaker, and I'm here with Gage Ruhlen, my boyfriend.
Hello, Internet.
We're at E3 2015 in Los Angeles, and we're going to go through the conferences and let you know who we liked, who we didn't like, and who made us laugh for the wrong reasons. So, I thought Microsoft, we'll start with them, I thought Microsoft did good. Probably the most pro-consumer of the conferences. You got backwards compatibility.
Backwards compatibility is huge.
Huge.
Like, they blew Sony out of the water.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Just with that.
Just with that alone.
Because now, when you're going to be getting new games and pre-ordering or whatever the deal is, you get like extra games. Like that one, what is it? The Rainbow Six game comes with like the two previous titles on 360.
Yeah.
And that's like good value, especially if you didn't have those games already. Like, and you know the emulation is supposed to up-res it a little bit and make it look better. So that's a win-win, and that hopefully will prevent us from having so many like remasters that come out at full price. Like
that would be an upside, I think.
That would be an
Less
upside.
Remasters, more original IPs.
Halo 5 looks good. I haven't got to see it on the show floor. The visors, I don't know if I love the visors. Like each Spartan will have a different visor.
That was really distracting to me.
One of the visors is kind of
like
big.
It's a neat feature, but I would much prefer to turn it off. You know what I mean?
But maybe we'll like it when the full game comes out.
Maybe.
Then they have the Rare Replay Collection, 30 games for $30. It's pretty good. I guess Grabbed by the Ghoulies is on there, which was an original Xbox game, I believe.
Yeah, I think I got that when I bought my very first Xbox. I think that came with it.
Yeah,
so that's like some real nostalgia.
I guess that runs at 1080p 60 frames a second, so that's pretty awesome. And plus there's like challenges and things like an unlimited Battletoads like speeder bike level, which is cool.
Is there? That's cool.
I was actually disappointed in Rare's announcement for the pirate thing. Like
not that excited about
it just looked like an MMO mixed with like Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
A little bit, yeah.
I wasn't like super excited about that.
Yeah,
but
I wasn't either.
What else did they show that we were excited about? There was something else.
I can't even remember, honestly. My days are just running together.
And then let's go to Sony's.
Sony.
I thought Sony. A lot of people are gonna disagree with me here, but I think Sony, they catered to fans, but then I feel like that the few things where they catered to fans blind people to the rest of what happened.
Which was really bad.
Really bad. Like anti-consumer, like just the complete polar opposite of what Microsoft did this year. So you've got a bunch of multi-console games that were announced that they didn't really blatantly say that they were multi-console, but they were.
The only thing Sony had going for them was console-exclusive DLC and a promise for the future.
Right, and timed exclusives.
They didn't have anything that you're going to be playing like this year exclusively on the PS4.
I mean, I'm sure there was some stuff, but I can't remember a lot of it.
I don't think there was.
This year was a lot of 2016 games, like in general for everyone, and that's everyone. That's
Can we talk about Shenmue for a second?
Yeah.
Because that was very distasteful, and the E3 stage is not the place to announce a Kickstarter.
Like we were
when
there.
You have the deepest pockets in the industry.
Yeah, we were there at the actual conference, and I just said I can't fucking believe this is happening. That not in excitement, but like mostly in disgust. That I just feel like Kickstarter plus AAA, like announcing a Kickstarter at one of the big three's conference is just
like the
gross.
Opulence of being in the Coliseum, surrounded by like all of these big screens, and then asking the audience for money to fund a game for development is just like. I don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like that. But to be fair, it did get a big pop from the audience, bigger than the Final Fantasy VII remake.
That's true.
Which is a timed exclusive as well. It's also going to be coming to other consoles. They haven't said specifically what, but I'm sure it's going to come to Xbox One as well. So that's a positive for fans. I see a lot of people saying that Final Fantasy VII is overrated. I really don't have an opinion. I've never really played it. I mean, it's positive that it's coming out for fans.
It's something people have wanted for a long time, so that's pretty cool.
So, I mean, if you wanted to say things that were super exciting, I mean, yeah, that was exciting for fans of those series, but if you're not, then it was like a bunch of third-party timed exclusives, pre-order DLC or exclusive DLC, which is very anti-consumer, really. It doesn't, like, provide choice. It provides buy it here or fuck off, really. Like, that's really it. And The Last Guardian, which I didn't like. I mean, I haven't played the previous titles in the series, but it doesn't really seem like you have to. Like, they're not real sequels or anything. And it just was like a lot of a boy walking around saying the same words over and over, which just from the 6-minute trailer was annoying me. Like,
yeah, I feel like the trailer could have been a lot better, I think.
And just like standing around and waiting on the dog, bird, creature, rat thing was...
I'm sure it has an official name. We'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that. But it just felt like a lot of standing around and a lot of listening to a little boy scream. And if I wanted to do that, I would go to a playground. I could stand around and listen to a little boy scream.
Ah, creepy. Thank you.
No, I meant like going down a slide. Moving on.
I just want to say, like, this E3 was over before it even started for me. Bethesda did my wildest dreams and then some. So they won it for me.
So let's go through Bethesda, what they announced. They said, here's Doom. When it's not Doom 4 anymore, it's Doom with generic-looking enemies, long gun pickup animations, which maybe that's just the first time you pick up the gun. I don't know. I haven't found out the details.
Who knows? There's really not... Bethesda doesn't have much here like that you can actually get your hands on, but their stuff looks the best, I think.
Yeah, on the show floor, it's literally...
just a bunch of figurines.
Figurines to take pictures with, like giant life-size figurines. But going back to Doom, generic enemies, the chainsaw animation's real slow, the AI looks boring, and, you know, I mean, it's still in development, so they have a chance to fix all that. My biggest gripe, though, is just the enemies are so bland, and, like, Doom has such memorable enemies, and this just feels like, hey, look, it's another brown, poopy-looking monster to kill. And then there was Dishonored 2, which looks awesome. I played the first game for a little bit. I never finished it, but I did like what I played. And like Dishonored 2 looks fucking great because you get to play as a female, you can play as a male, and I love having options like that.
Yeah.
I love like it just looks fucking fun.
I feel like Bethesda's really progressive that way.
Yeah, and then Dishonored...
They've always had, like, really diverse casts of characters, which is why they're one of my favorites. Yeah,
Dishonored Remastered got announced, and the crowd was, like, dead silent, which was one of the most awkward things from the conference. And then, of course, more Fallout 4 stuff, and they almost sounded cranky when they said that there was women in the game because so many people were questioning them about it.
I was so relieved when they said that, though. Like, I was so relieved because, like, it was shaping up to be, like, exactly, like, the worst of what I had heard until they did the swap at the mirror, and then I was like, oh, thank God.
Thank God, right.
Thank God. I would have cried literal tears.
Yeah,
had they not done that. I said that.
Yeah, you had said that before, and like, I would have seen it if they would have been like, "No, you're just a male now, and you're just a dude." Gage would have been like weeping. So yeah, it looks good.
It looks better than I was expecting.
It looks good
from the original trailer.
And it starts before the bombs drop, which is kind of cool.
And then 200 years later, which would put it right around Fallout 3's time.
You get a dog named Dogmeat again, I guess, and apparently he can't die, unlike your wife and kid.
Ooh.
They die right away. So
dogs are so hot right now in video games.
Dogs are hot. They're in a lot of games. Then so are females. Dogs and females.
That's good.
It's the story of my life.
Oh.
Jed's lifetime story. Dogs and females. So, our camera died while we were filming that, and we missed a bunch of stuff. And then we watched it back, and we realized we forgot a bunch of stuff. So, here we are, in our hotel room.
Coming at you live.
From under the bed, undercover. Undercover game reporting, live on Newstoid.
Only the best for you, Destructoid.
Right, so to go through what we missed, and Bethesda's conference, we forgot that they announced the Pip-Boy Fallout Edition, which it looks cool for fans, I guess. It's just a plastic band.
I would
with
love
an
to
iPhone
have
app.
one. I would love to have one. Send me one, Bethesda.
Yeah,
Ethics and journalism.
Yeah, we'll probably end up pre-ordering one of those. They talked about Elder Scrolls Legends. No one cared because they didn't show anything. It's going to be a card game like Hearthstone. Battlecry didn't look great, really.
Battlecry looks okay. I think it's the problem for me personally is that it's too close to Overwatch. It's a little. looks very similar to me.
I don't know. I think it's just like a bunch of fighting, like the hand combat, and Overwatch is more
maybe
stuff. And you already talked about Fallout Shelter that you've been playing a lot, right?
I've been addicted to Fallout Shelter.
It's beating Candy Crush on microtransactions,
which is a big deal.
And it's not even like shitty about microtransactions.
Yeah, definitely. It's free to download. I would definitely download it. It's really, really fun to play. I've been addicted to it since I got it, pretty much. So.
And then going on to Microsoft, we got the backwards compatibility, but we did miss the Elite controller, which looks awesome. A lot of people have been pissed off though because it's $150. But I don't think a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot for.
I don't think a lot of people realize that there's an a secondhand market or aftermarket controller modifying like business, and those controllers range from like $150 to like $300 depending on the features you want. And Microsoft's included most of those important features, other than having a cool paint scheme or your name engraved on it or whatever. So $150 might seem steep, but I think they're just answering to a market that has already set the price, so they know that they can sell those controllers for that, and the kind of person that's going to buy them is going to want those features, and they're going to be willing to pay that. So it's a win for them, and it's a win for consumers, because I think that is actually cheaper than a lot of those secondhand market controllers. So
yeah, for sure.
And then Fallout 4 mods, but they're also coming to PS4. How do you feel about Fallout 4 mods being on console?
I'm really excited about it, honestly. I mean, I'm really weird. Like, I have a pretty nice gaming PC, but I would prefer to play it on console.
That is weird. You're a weirdo.
So I don't know, but like that's really exciting. It's really exciting. I don't know how some of the mods are gonna play on console. That is something that's like a little concerning.
Yeah, I wonder if the mods are going to be like
how
community chosen, or like chosen by
how are they gonna
them or Microsoft?
Like, how are they going to get on the console? Like, what about like crashing and like stuff like that?
Right.
Like, how are you gonna troubleshoot?
Clearly, the Super HD mod's not going to work on consoles.
Yeah. So like, what's going to be the limitations? I bet there's going to be a lot. You know what I mean? So like. I mean, that's really exciting, but I don't think it's going to be everything they're going to promise it is.
Right. And somehow we forgot one of the sequel to one of our favorite games of like the last couple of years, Plants vs. Zombies 2: Garden Warfare.
I love that game.
Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2.
I love that game. I'm the best sunflower.
He's great.
Because I sound like a flower.
You sound like
someone told me that once.
Someone told me that I'm a mangina today.
That's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, no, not really. But yeah, we love that game, and this new game has zombie ops, which is like the garden ops from the first game, where it was like you're the plants and you're fighting waves of zombies. Now it's the other way around. You're zombies fighting waves of plants. And there's new plants, new zombies, and they all look pretty cool. I think the plants look cooler to me though. There's like a rose and like an
there's like a rose, and I think she has like a wand. She's kind of like a wizard or something. And there's like a giant orange like walking turret thing that has like machine guns.
Yeah, we haven't got a chance to go play.
We haven't had that much hands-on time, but I really, 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 really am excited.
They also announced Xbox Early Access, aka Game Preview, which is pro-consumer because you get to try a game before it comes out and see if you like it. And I don't know, could you return those for those demos, or did you just have to buy it? I think you just have to buy them. And there's those two right now,
honestly,
free or something like that. I don't remember. So we already did Rare Replay. Gigantic's coming out. We've been in the alpha for that, but it's under NDA, so we can't really talk about it. We can say that we're in it. We just can't talk about it. Well, too bad. We already did. Fuck the police. So Beyond Eyes looks cool. It's a game where you're a little girl walking around blind, but that's coming to multiple consoles, so not huge. Tacoma also coming to multiple consoles. New Gears of War. We said that though. I'm pretty sure. Old Gears, New Gears. Old Gears is exciting. New Gears, it was walking around in the dark and then a new enemy. It wasn't that exciting.
Let's show off Gears of War by filming it in complete darkness, like pretty much.
Right. And HoloLens looks cool if you like Minecraft, which is going to be on HoloLens now. I think HoloLens sounds great, but until it's like done and in front of me and I can see that it's great, then I'll believe it. Because right now it could just be camera tricks.
Yeah, I mean, VR has looked really good, like in presentations for a long time, but I feel like it's not quite there yet for like the mass market. You know what I mean? I feel like there's still a lot to go. There's a lot of like VR headsets here at E3, and I don't think any of them really are like good for like you wouldn't give it to your mom for Christmas. You wouldn't give it to like your kids right now. You know what I mean? It's kind of in like an awkward place, I think.
Listen, my mom, you're spoilers, mom. You're getting an Oculus for Christmas, and you're not gonna know what to do with it. Your e-machine won't run it, but you're getting one just to spite Gage. So moving on, EA. We didn't get to EA because that's when our camera died. So here's the new stuff. EA announced the new Mass Effect Andromeda.
I'm super hyped.
I think that's how it's pronounced. Andromeda? I don't know.
Andromeda.
They didn't really give us any info. They said, here's a cinematic trailer and blah, blah, blah. They showed off Battlefront, which it looks all right. I played it today, though, and it feels more like a Battlefield 4 mod, and I have not liked a Battlefield game since Battlefield 2.
I have to say, like, I haven't had any hands-on time with it yet, but the worst thing you can say about a game is that it's too much like Battlefield. Like, that's not terrible to me. So I'm still pretty excited about it. Well, I'm definitely going to get it. I'm definitely going to play it.
It's still the worst Battlefront game, in my opinion. So take that for what you will. I mean, there's only been, what, 2 of them? So,
yeah.
But it's still early. It could come around. So you never know. Mirror's Edge prequel, I don't really care about. Mirror's Edge is like cool in concept. I've never really liked playing the first one, so I have no enthusiasm about this new one. Like, I mean, it's cool that there's a female character, but if she's in a game that isn't fun to me, then it doesn't really matter to me personally.
Like, it looks good, but for some reason I've just never played it. I'm sure if I played it, I would love it, though. It looked really good.
And but the big thing for EA, for me, and one of my games of the show is Unravel. Unravel is a cute little yarn guy, and it was the dev that was up on stage, like shaking his hands.
He was
really
shaking
bad.
So much,
and it was adorable.
At first, I wasn't like on board. Like, it looks okay. I'm not like huge on indie games, to be honest, but like he was just so like sincere, and I feel like EA really needed that,
right?
Honestly,
yeah.
And go check out his Twitter and like his Instagram. He has pictures of him like taking Yarny, like the little protagonist from Unravel, like playing like all these other games. Like he's playing Battlefront, and it's ridiculously cute. You
know what I hope there is, and I haven't looked, but I want this to be a thing. I want to look and I want to see Kanye West, who was at the show today, being led around by Geoff Keighley. I want to see Kanye West on the back of the display for Star Wars Battlefront, which was like a speeder bike, and I want Yarny to be riding, facing him, like in the what was that video called?
What?
The video with Kanye and Kim Kardashian.
Oh, the Bound 2? Yeah.
I want to see that. That's what I want to see, and if it didn't happen, someone Photoshop that. And I will make it my desktop background forever.
Photoshop like Yarny's face onto Kim Kardashian's body.
Boom. There you go. There you go. But yeah, Unravel looks so cute. You're a little yarn guy and you walk and you have to like figure out the easiest way to get through the level or you'll run out of yarn and then you lose.
Graphically, it looks really good.
Yeah, it looks good all around. It's definitely one of my favorite games of the show. So moving on, we already talked about the Sonys. And we have to talk about the Ubisoft still. Oh, before I forget, EA had the most cringeworthy thing out of any conference, which was Pele, just rambling.
Yeah, I didn't get that. It went on for forever.
And I feel like this is what happened. He's a legend. He's really old. No one would tell him what to do, and then they just let him go. And
go out on stage and just talk about whatever the hell you like for 10 minutes. We don't have anything else.
and then Sean O'Brien comes on the stage and introduces the Hoop God. So who is the Hoop God? I've researched it, and all I can find is
no idea.
Someone that the EA made up to represent being like a huge basketball fan. And they have like a ridiculous Twitter. We saw them though at the show walking around.
Yeah, we saw him just walking around being the Hoop God.
We saw him getting like VIP access to Unravel, but
I heard him walk by and say, "You better not make me look like a fool, cuz," to someone.
Oh yeah, I did hear that.
I don't know.
I really want to interview him. If I see him,
I don't know what
he's
doing. I don't know what he even is doing here at E3 at this point. He's just walking around in sweatpants. Yeah. Literally, he's just walking around in sweatpants.
I mean, maybe he's comfortable. Maybe he's comfortable. Just because you're not comfortable with your sweatpantsality.
Oh.
He's very comfortable with his. And then Ubisoft, we forgot about them. They're pretty forgettable this year. I mean, they have Assassin's Creed and they have...
Which, I don't think we're ever going to have an E3 without an Assassin's Creed.
Eventually.
No.
Eventually.
Assassin's Creed is going to be run into the ground and milked for everything that it's worth.
It already is, but... I mean, eventually. But, I mean, they did announce a female character that's playable, and I just remember, as soon as I saw it, I just said out loud, like, wow, that must have been expensive to animate. And I'm sure Ubisoft was, like, prepared for that, so Nintendo, they didn't show a whole lot of what people wanted. They showed a lot of spin-offs and side games, like Mario Tennis, a three-person multiplayer 3DS Zelda game, a side-scrolling Chibi Robo, multiplayer Metroid Prime game, and an Animal Crossing board game that doesn't seem like it has mini games. It's just like a board game that uses Amiibo. What about and then there's the Animal Crossing like home designer that we already knew about.
Nintendo was like, Wii U, what's that?
Right.
Like,
well, then they gave us Mario Tennis, Star Fox. Star Fox was like their biggest title, and it is clearly shown on the show floor because there's like lots of stuff.
Yeah,
and
they have a giant booth with like Star Fox spaceships set up as like PlayStation.
Right, and then you have
like,
Mario Maker, which was awesome. I'm gonna play the hell out of that.
Yeah, well, Nintendo did have the World Championships.
Right,
I feel like we should talk about that for a second. The Nintendo World Championships were amazing. We were in like the 5th row.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it was really.
They put on a really good show there.
I have to say, I have never seen a room deflate as quickly as when Nintendo unveiled Blast Ball.
Yeah,
literally,
they didn't call it Metroid even at the time. It was just Blast Ball. They were like, a world premiere, and the fans were like,
oh my god,
Blast Ball, and I saw the entire room shrug and sigh at the same time.
Literally thousands of people just went,
right?
Okay, like I've never seen anything like that in my life. So it was funny. It was funny.
Who won overall? I have a feeling I know who you're gonna say.
For me, Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 as in Bethesda one?
Yeah, as in Bethesda one.
Just because they have mods and smartphone apps that you're totally into?
They did my wildest dreams. They did my wildest dreams and then some.
I'll do your wildest dreams. Microsoft wins for me, and because they're pro consumer, and that's a good thing. Anyways,
I would agree with that.
All right, they're pro consumer. And they won out of the big three?
I would agree that Microsoft probably had the best conference out of the big three. Just based on backwards compatibility alone, that in itself is so huge. And they could have came to E3 with just that and still blew Sony out of the water, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching Newstoid. This is my boyfriend Gage. I'm Jed Whitaker from Destructoid.com. Maybe you'll be one day.
Someday, maybe.
See you later.
Bye.